Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? How's everybody? Y'all all right? What's up, Miss Joe Pouncey, Miss Antoinette, Brother Chad, Brother Tony? What's happening? Tanangela and Yolanda, what's up? How y'all doing? How's everybody? Give everybody a chance to catch up with us here. What's up, Cena? How you doing, my man? How's it going, buddy? I hope you're well, bro. Hey, Miss Reefa. It's going by too fast, huh? Hey, Miss Mirtha. What's up, Crystal? Melanie, how you been? How y'all doing, man? Hey, Miss Gilda, Miss Belinda. Brother Winford, what's up, sir? Come on. Hey, Miss Cheryl, Miss Barbara, Miss Joyce. Oh, Miss K. Chanel. How are you? Brother Kurt, Brother Ed. How y'all doing, man? Yanni, what's up? How's everybody this morning? Y'all ready for Thanksgiving? Y'all got y'all let's see. Y'all have y'all gumbo cooked already? Who's already got the gumbo cooked and the custard pie ready? What's up, Mike Riley? Kev, what's happening, man? Whitney? Who's already folks in my house been cooking since oh oh folks in my house been cooking since what's today? Went since Monday. Come on. They've been getting down since Monday, man. And I almost went in there last night and had me a pre-Thanksgiving meal. Come on. But I restrained myself. Huh? I got custard pie in there. I got seafood mac and cheese. I got seafood dressing, regular dressing. I got gumbo in there already. I started going there, but I knew certain people was gonna be upset. So I said, no, I'm gonna restrain myself. You snuck a slice of pie, Jermaine? I started to, man. I started to sneak me some custard, and I already know that custard that I got in there is some of the best custard pie, if not the best I've ever had. And so yeah, it's about to go down over here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the day. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Cause I made it through yesterday. I don't know about today, man. Huh? Yep. We sure do, Nikki. I eat on time. I can't speak for nobody else, but if they not here by the time it's time to start eating, I'm about to feed me a plate and say my Thanksgiving grace and go ahead. You know who certain people are, Yanni. Shanta know who certain people are too. I'm about to say my grace and go in there and have my Thanksgiving meal. Hey man, it ain't my. I'm not about to be sitting around here hungry, waiting on the cranberry sauce. And I don't even eat cranberry sauce. you know, ain't about to do it, man. Hey, listen, I've been talking to y'all about gratitude, and yesterday I talked about how complaining was an enemy of gratitude. I've been talking to you about different things that are enemies of gratitude. Um, One of the things that we don't realize is, and I hit on this yesterday, I want to take a deeper dive into it today. But yesterday I talked about how sometimes we allow the stuff that we don't have to cause us to complain and not have a sense of gratitude for what God has already given us. Um, and, you know, the holidays, if you're not careful, will be ruined if you allow them to, because your heart posture won't be right, because your thoughts, mind will be focused on all of the wrong stuff. Um, and so, what I'm trying to do is just help you to align your mind in such a way that you don't ruin your holidays over things that at the end of the day really aren't going to matter anyway. Uh, you look at Adam and Eve, and God creates them, He puts them in the garden, He gives them dominion over all creation, He blesses them, He gives them His presence. And I told us on yesterday that we're always going to have, or day before one, that we are always going to have some trouble. Well, imagine that for Adam and Eve, they didn't have any trouble. They had a trouble-free life, man. Um, they had access to everything. There was only one thing that God didn't give them access to. I'm going to say that again. God blessed them. He put them in the garden. He gave them access to everything, including himself. Come on. Um, he, but there was only one thing that they couldn't have. And when you read the story of creation, the story of the fall, the amazing thing is that Satan comes along and he's able to convince them that the one thing they didn't have was the one thing they absolutely had to have. I'm going to say it again. He comes along and they have everything, including access to God Himself, including dominion over the entire earth, including a stress free, trouble free life, what many of us want. And Satan comes along and he's able to convince them that they absolutely had to have the single one thing that God hadn't already given them. The single one thing that He didn't give them access to. Come on. That He convinced them that they had to have that one thing in order to be complete. And they fell for it. And that one thing not only got them into trouble, but it was that one thing that also ended up costing them their relationship with God. It ended up costing them the presence of God. Now you listen to that and you say, man, that's crazy, Pastor. Yeah, that's crazy. But I wonder if we are not falling for the same trap. You know, somebody once said to me, the more human nature changes, the more it stays the same. Because you look at that with Adam and Eve, and then you look at some of us, and you have to admit, or you have to ask yourself, is is what I desire, in spite of all of the blessings that God has given me, in spite of everything that God has done in my life, am I on a path? Am I in a mind frame? Am I in a place where my desires is costing me or costing me the presence of God? Because in spite of all of the blessings we have from God, sometimes our spiritual enemy does a great job of convincing us that the few things that we don't have are the things we absolutely have to have in order to have peace. If I have $1, man, if I could just get two. Come on, somebody. If I have $2, man, if I could just get four. If I have a nice house, man, if it could only be a little bit nicer. If I have a good car, man, if only I had a car that did this. Y'all know I'm messy, and I'm about to get messy. If I got a good husband, whoo, the only problem I got with my husband, if I could just get him though. If I got a good wife, come on, huh? Watch what Solomon said. He said, better one handful with peace. Better one handful with peace. In other words, better one handful without trouble than two handfuls with toil, with trouble, and chasing after the wind. Ecclesiastes 4:6. What was he saying, Pastor? He was saying it's better to have less with peace than to have a whole bunch of stuff that's causing you trouble. See, listen. Could it be that in your life that what's robbing you of your peace is the stuff that you're looking for? Come on. The one thing that God hadn't said yes to yet. Could it be that what's stopping you from having a attitude of gratitude or great Thanksgiving or great holiday season are the few things that you desire that God hadn't said yes to yet? And it's not that he hadn't said yes to anything else. It's not that he hadn't already blessed you. It's not that he hadn't already provided for you. Come on, somebody. It's not that you look around and you don't already have abundance. See, let me tell you something about abundance. There are very few people, there's a small minority of people who live in America who don't have abundance. Listen, it doesn't matter, Pastor. You've never seen. You don't know my situation or my. No, listen. If you have a car to drive, don't matter what kind of car. A car to drive, you live in abundance. If you have a house to live in, you live in abundance. Come on. And some of us, you know, man, when I was in Zambia, I witnessed people, kids, when it was time to go to bed, their mama just lay down right there on the dirt. No, and no, time to go to bed, lay down. I'm looking for the hut, for the teepee. I'm looking for the something. They just lay down right there in the dirt. Come on. This lady said, we need a new well because the well that we dug, my kids can't drink from it because people pass by and use the bathroom in it. You go over there, you ask 12, 13-year olds what grade they're in. 12, 13-year olds are in the second and third grade. Why are you in the second and third grade? Because in order to get to school, they have to walk 15 miles. So they have to wait until they're old enough to walk that far and then start school if they ever get there. Listen, we live in abundance. Sometimes it's just that we allow the stuff that we want, the one thing, the two things that God hadn't blessed us with, that God hadn't said yes to rob us of our peace. It's not the fact that you don't have it that's stealing your peace. You ready for this? It's the fact that you've allowed the desire to control you. Whew. You've gotten to the place where you've allowed the desire to control you. Come on. You've allowed the desire to consume you to the point where you're ignoring what God's already done in your life. Come on. That's why Jesus said in Luke 12, he said, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed, because life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. Notice what he says. He said, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. You know something I figured out? You don't have to be a wealthy person to be a greedy person. You don't have to. Greed is a condition of the heart. You don't have to be a well-to-do person to be a greedy person. I found out that greed is a condition of the heart and the mind. That there are wealthy people who are not greedy, and then there are not so wealthy people who are just as greedy, want everything they see, want everything they can get their hands on, always asking for something, and then when they get something, something is not enough. It's a condition of the heart. Come on. I tell people all the time, money doesn't make you who you are. Money only helps you be more of who you already are. It's a tool. If I'm generous, I'm going to be generous before I get money. And I'm going to be generous after I get it. If I'm greedy before I get it. And I'm going to be greedy after I get it. Come on. It's a condition of the heart. The and watch this. Here's my point. You ready? Jesus says you got to watch out. You got to be on guard. Because listen, if you're not on guard before you know it, you'll be living your life for stuff. You'll be living your life for what you desire. And nothing will ever be enough. Watch this. And the living your life for what you desire has nothing to do with what you already perceive yourself as not having. I almost say that again because some of you missed it. Living your life for what you desire has nothing to do with what you perceive yourself as not having. It has everything to do with the condition of your heart. It has everything to do with the condition of your mind. That's why Jesus said you got to be on guard. Because if you're not careful, the desire for more will get to the point where it controls you, where it rules you. Come on. You'll get to the place where nothing is ever enough. Whew. You ready for this? You have to guard it. You have to guard it. You have to guard it in terms of stuff, and you have to guard it in terms of the people in your life. When husbands get to the place where their desires control them, their wives can never please them. The end zone, the goalpost is always moving. When wives get to the place where their desires control them, that their husbands can never please them, the goalpost is always moving. Whew. Nothing enough. If he buys her a car, she loves it except she don't like the rims. Come on, somebody. If she fixes him a meal, he loves it except the bread was a little tough. When parents get to the place where their desires control them, kids can never do enough. Watch this. And you have to be careful if you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with a person like that, because if you're not careful and you don't realize this and you don't see this, you'll find yourself actually trying to live up to an expectation that can't be met. Mm. You'll find yourself, it's like you're living on the hamster wheel, wearing yourself out trying to please them and not getting anywhere. Wearing yourself out. Come on, trying to meet their expectations and not getting anywhere. Nothing's ever good enough. And at some point the realization has to come that this is not an external issue, this is an internal issue. It's an issue that nobody can solve except the person who has the issue along with the Lord. Come on. And you will drive yourself crazy. Spend a whole lot of sleepless nights. Wear yourself thin. Trying to please somebody who can't be pleased. Trying to live up to the expectations of somebody whose desire has consumed them. It's there is no place called there. There never happens. We've already arrived at the place where we're going to be, and it's called consumed with my own desires. It's the desire for more that's driving them. It's the desire for more. Come on, somebody. That's controlling them. How much more, Pastor? Just more. They want more stuff. They want more out of you. How much more? However much more they can get. See, that's what I'm saying. Like greed is not uh uh this is a heart issue. It's not a issue that's reserved for the people who have stuff. I've seen poor greedy folks never get enough, always wanting more, always asking, always begging, always manipulating. Come on. Adam and Eve had the same problem. The one thing God said no to is the one thing Satan convinced them they had to have. That's why you know what you ought to do. How do I guard myself against it, Pastor? How do I make sure that my heart, my mind doesn't get in that place? I'll tell you, you ready for this? Make a regular habit of getting rid of some of the stuff you already have. And I ain't just talking about the raggedy stuff. Every year I have this routine that I go through where I go through my closet and I strip it down. I like strip it down. And I'm not talking about like just stuff that I can't fit anymore. I'm not just talking about just stuff that's old. I'm talking about if I hadn't worn it in a while, if I don't make a regular habit of putting it on, and even some of the stuff that I do, I'm getting rid of it. I go through and Joyce loves it because like it's well, never mind. She loves it because she's organized. I'm not, and like it's probably one of the few times that she gets to see my closet organized. But I make a regular habit of getting rid of stuff. Why? Because I never want to get to the place where stuff owns me. I never want to get to the place where stuff controls me. Come on, where my desires drive me to a place where my desires are the driving force in my life. Come on, somebody. You think about it, man. And I've said this before, and I'll pick back up here tomorrow. But you think about it. Y'all realize this? I was driving one day and I saw them erecting a building on the side of an interstate. Big, nice building. I mean, this sucker was nice. And I couldn't really tell what it was at first, but like I thought it was a big, huge hotel or an apartment building. And I was like, man, that's gonna be nice when they get done with it. Big, nice new hotel or apartment building. Like that's really gonna be nice. Man, I tripped out when toward the end of that project, they put up a dead gum sign that said it was a storage facility. What? Y'all realize how nice storage facilities are nowadays? They they have storage facilities. Pay attention next time you're driving around. They have storage facilities that are nicer than some of our houses. Have y'all noticed that? Is it just me? Pay attention to some of these storage facilities. And they're everywhere. Everywhere. Storage facilities got elevators and air conditioning and I'm going storage facility. Think about that. We have all of this stuff that's supposed to be in our house, but we don't have enough room for it. So what we gonna do? We gonna get rid of it? Nope. What are we gonna do? I got an idea. We're gonna pay somebody else at another place. I want you to think about this. We're gonna pay somebody else at another place to keep our stuff. Now, keep in mind, this is not stuff that we use. This is stuff that we don't see. Stuff we forget we have until the bill comes around if we don't have it on automatic draft. Stuff we don't even think about. But it's a bunch of stuff that I might need one day. It's a bunch of stuff that may come in handy at some point. Listen, baby, if the day ever comes, this is what I found out. When the day comes when I need it, if I remember I have it, and if I can put my hands on it, most of the times I can't use it. Come on, because it's too outdated to use. Come on, somebody. Don't allow your desire for more to control you. The, now, I want you to hear me. I am not saying don't desire more. It's not at all what I'm saying. I don't want you to walk away feeling like this. Pastor say it's wrong to have desire. No, it's wrong to want more. No, not what I'm saying. I'm saying do not allow your desire for more to get to the place where it is at the center of your life. Do not allow yourself to get to the place where you allow the few things that God has not blessed you with to consume you. Y'all got it? That's how you get in trouble. Father, we love you. Thank you for who you are. You're an amazing God to us. Continue to bless us and keep us. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. God bless you out. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I want to see who's gonna make it. Who's gonna make it until tomorrow without touching the Thanksgiving food. All right. I know most of y'all, you're probably not gonna make it until tomorrow without touching the Thanksgiving food. I'm not making any promises. Come on, somebody. I'm not making any promises. Come on. Cause I woke up last night and everybody was asleep in the middle of the night. Come on. I saw that big old pot of gumbo sitting there. Woo! It was still hot. You know, you got to let the gumbo cool off before you put it in the refrigerator or you're going to spoil it. Man, I saw that big old pot of gumbo sitting there cooling off. Lord have mercy. I almost took me a dip. I almost, ooh, smelling good. I almost crabs and drumettes and shrimp and sausage. I don't know how y'all do y'all gumbo. But my mother-in-law passed down a gumbo tradition that Lord have mercy, Jesus, make you man listen. My and then my mama come through with another mean pot of gumbo. So I'm gonna be around here on Thanksgiving Day with y'all. I got my mama's gumbo. I'm gonna have, you know, I'm blessed. I'm about to have my mama's gumbo and my mother-in-law gumbo in the same house. Woo! I'm putting my stretchy pants on. Lord have mercy, Jesus. It's about to go down. Come on, somebody. I love y'all. Y'all have an awesome day. See y'all tomorrow morning.